famous around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four.
So, this Fantastic Four First Steps is already going crazy. I've already been deep in the waters with the 2005 Fantastic Four and the 2015 Fantastic Four just to get my feet wet back in the Fantastic universe. And I like how they seem to be dropping these things every 10 years. But I don't even want to wait for that. We got to check out some of these reactions. Out of theater reactions.
I saw this movie tonight, and I cannot tell you how profound of an impact it had on me as someone who often feels despair about the state of the world. Here is my spoiler-free review as someone who cried at least twice. At least twice. Let me start with the simpler stuff. It is incredibly hard. I don't know how many of you know this. Let me just explain. It's incredibly difficult to have an opening montage in your film that lays the groundwork but doesn't feel like exposition dumping. It feels organic and thematically in line with what you're trying to do. That being said, this movie is the blueprint for how it should be done. That one...
I gotta stop it right there. The first thing that caught my eye about all the trailers is how they're taking that 60s aesthetic. I feel like the last movie to do something similar was the original Captain America movie. And if you think about it and you go way back, that Captain America movie seems to set itself apart aside from all the others.
Quinn, how you doing out there? It is B. Avery, and this is my fresh out of the theater reaction for Fantastic Four: The First Steps. And guys, I did enjoy the film. I thought it was great. I thought it was pretty good. I had a good time. I was thoroughly entertained. This is actually one of the better films in the MCU. I can easily say top 20. This is not top 10. I won't say that it's that great, but I really can't find anything to complain about in this film. I did have a question towards the end about one of the characters' powers and how it was used, saying to myself, okay, I don't see how you can be this powerful, but I spoke with another content creator afterwards and they made it make sense. Other than that, there were really no glaring questions over my head after I walked out of the theater, but nothing but exclamation points of satisfaction. Now,
so he caught me there. He said this wouldn't be a top 10 MCU film, but it would be a top 20 MCU film. The only thing I think about when I hear that, does that mean average? Another average MCU film? Because I feel like the whole phase 4, and yes, I understand we've been out of phase 4 for a movie or two now. Does anyone even pay attention to the phases anymore? I guess we're in phase 5, but the entire phase 4, other than the Guardians, and some would say the Black Panther, the entire phase 4 was full of average films. Average as the day is long. Are we about to watch another phase 4 Marvel film? Are we about to watch another phase 4 average Marvel film?
Yo, what's going on? It's your TNB homie Tony. I'm coming out of this Fantastic Four First Steps screening. I gotta tell y'all right now, we gotta stop calling this movie Fantastic Four. This movie is Sue Richards and her 3 bitches, because she came through as the MVP in this movie. Look, one of the main things as a comic book fan, deep comic book fans notice, is that you gotta put respect on Sue Richards' name. The X-Men, all of them fear Sue Richards, and there's a reason the most powerful team in Marvel Comics fears Sue Richards, and this movie puts respect on her name.
We gotta stop right there, right? I love any female-led film, whether it's DC, Marvel, any movie that we can speak of. But what I don't like is when studios intentionally push films to be what they're not. If it's a male-led character, let it be a male-led character. If it's a female-led film, let it be a female-led film. And it's Fantastic Four. We all know the Fantastic Four first family is led by one Reed Richards, the smartest man alive. But in the same breath, I already have Pedro Pascal fatigue. I feel like they're just pushing them on us. A lot like the studios were doing Glenn Powell just a couple years ago. So I already got a little Pedro Pascal fatigue, but we'll see.
Mr. Fantastic. Invisible Woman. Human Torch.
I love you, Johnny!
And the Thing.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
It's clobbering time!
That's just in the cartoon.
Fantastic Four First Steps world premiere, and oh my God, this movie is incredible. No, It's fantastic. The visuals in this movie are utterly breathtaking for the entire run. So much of this movie is done practically that the small amount of visual effects there are absolutely breathtaking. Every single character's performance is absolutely perfect. Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn absolutely stole the show in this film, but do not think that that means that Pedro as Reed and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben don't have stuff to do, because each one of these characters goes through a little arc, and it is just wonderful to watch.
Now, when I hear limited visual effects, that just tells me the story is banging. That means that they're leaning on the story heavily and leaving all the finesse in the background. But I think you have to have a mix, right? I don't think amazing visuals can carry a film all by itself. We've seen that. I don't think a great story and a slow moving movie would work. We've seen that. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. So to hear that Marvel is now leaning a little bit more on storytelling, I'm all for it.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Just got out of the new Fantastic Four movie. And I know this is not a high bar, but it's maybe one of the best Fantastic Four movies. The thing that will surprise you about this feels very much so like a Star Trek film. Definitely the cast is fully dedicated. I love the look of the thing. It's definitely really heartfelt. And it's very low on the action side. It's more so on the substance side. And there's some surprises in it as well. This is going to be a really interesting review. That's all I can say. I definitely do recommend you go and check it out. It's one of the better Marvel movies, but it's also a very different tonal Marvel movie, which is less on action and thrills and a little bit more on the somber side. And it also feels like a completely different universe. So
I always love to hear substance, heartfelt, emotion. I also read in Variety that this film is all about family. I'm already a sucker for any movie that is pushing family. I'm a big fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise, even though it's becoming a little watered down itself. Anytime there's family involved, I'm a fan. And when it comes to substance, that's what Marvel needs. Marvel needs to go back to its roots. Whether you love it or like it or hate it, DC is trying something new with Superman. And I think they actually started back with the Robert Pattinson Batman, if you ask me. They got a little head start. But I now think it's Marvel's turn to also try something new. I think that they've been resting on their laurels. Either way, this Fantastic Four looks promising. I'm ready for it. Let's go see this film.